let's go to edit mode. We'll select the cube and we'll go to edit mode, and then we'll press Control and select the text. Now let's go to top view, side view, go to mesh and click knife project, so it will get projected on the cube. The text will get projected on the cube. Now you can extrude it. Once you are done, you can delete the text. Now this is not limited to just text. We can have any sort of design of any plane, and we can project it with the knife project. I'll show you a few more examples like this. So now this particular plane, I have extruded it, I have inserted it again, so you can further edit it and you can do it. Now there's a weird looking plane here, but we can do the knife project of this particular thing also. Let's say if you extrude option, let's go to edit mode. Now the basic extrude, if you do, it will move into that particular direction. If you do extrude manifold, it will basically, it's scale, nothing more. If you do extrude along normals, then this is something else. You can extrude along the normals, so you will have something like that, this effect, something like this. Now there is one more option which is called as extrude along the cursor. So if you select any plane and if you long press it, and if you do, now wherever you click, it will extrude in that direction. So you can extrude it in 3-dimensional space like this. Let's take a different example. Let's do it with a cylinder. It's not looking that good, but the idea is you can select a plane and you can extrude it along the cursor like this. So wherever you click, it will just follow you, and it will give us much more control to create more products and designs. For linked selection in edit mode, you have to go to edit mode, and let's say now in this example you have to select monkey. Hover the mouse over it and press L. It will select all the linked faces. Simply put your mouse over the object and press L. I have taken a cylinder for example, and I am removing the top face of the cylinder. Press Alt and select one of the edge so that you can click the entire ring, and press F to fill it. So in this way you can just fill it. But if you want to do grid fill is much more better option. You go to face and you select the grid fill like this. So you can individually have many faces, and you can actually edit them and manipulate them as per your requirement like this. Shortcut is Ctrl F plus G, or you can go to face and select the grid fill also. If you want to control geometry of the objects, you can click here. So you can actually draw the cube depending upon the requirements like this. You just have to click it and drag it and then pull upwards like this. So you will have the cube, basically a slab. You have more option. You can even make a cylinder like this. Just click it, drag it and pull it like this. Apart from cylinder and cube, you can make cone and also icosphere and UV sphere. So this is a good option to increase your workflow speed. If you want to flip any object, or let's say if you want to mirror to be specific, then you just have to press Ctrl M and that axis. So in this case I have pressed Ctrl M and X axis, so it will flip in the X axis. Ctrl M and X like this. So in the object mode you can use this. Let's see how to bisect. In the knife option, if you press and hold, you'll see the bisect option. You just have to click and drag it like this, and if you press V, you can move it like this. So you will have this sort of effect as if you have cut it with a knife or with a sword sort of thing. So just click and drag to cut it, and with if you press V and move it, you can grab the object like this. I have shown this on a cone, but imagine if there is some head or something or any object. If you want to show the effect of anything which is cut by sword or something, you can use this. Press F2, type walk navigation and press enter. So you will have this effect of game like we do in game, WASD. So you can actually have this effect of walk, and you can actually explore the scene that you have created just like this. So with W you can go up, with S you can come backwards, A right and D left. So now you will have a feel of how your scene will feel like if it was an actual game. If we go to top and press V, you'll have a free fall gravity. So just press V and you will have this free fall. You can also change the gravity strength and everything from the settings, but this is just to show you that if you fall, this is what in the scene you might have a lot of things like grid, accesses, lights and everything, but if you want to turn that off, press shift control Z and you can see the entire background has gone. If you want to bring it back, you can press it again. Here is the option also at the top of overlay deselect. You can just click on that icon also to do that. Here is an important one. Let's say if I bevel this thing, if I bevel the cube, just the edge, you'll see the operator panel will come at the bottom, left bottom, right? But by mistake, if you click somewhere outside and if it goes away, like it won't come back. So what to do? Just press F9, it will come back. So you don't have to worry about that. Just press F9 and you can continue doing the editing, whatever you want to do. Let's say whatever you want to change it, you can do whatever you want. So F9, let's say if again it goes back, then again you just press F9 and you can continue from there on. So F9, remember the keyword because you'll be using it a lot. The shortcut for knife cut is K. Select the plane in edit mode and press K and you can start drawing it to create more planes like this. You can press Ctrl to click on the midpoints of the edges like this. Once you are happy, you can edit the planes as usual. Select the object, go to object, then click on quick effects and there will be option of quick explode. If you click on that, on the operator panel you will have many options like time period, start frame, end frame, and if you place spacebar it will explode like this. So there is a better option to create two equal loops on either of the sides. So right now if I'm trying to do this, you can see there is an issue at the top, but if I press shift control R, I will be having two equal loops on either of the sides and then I can edit them, I can bevel them, and so it won't affect the top part of this house sort of thing. So shift control R is the shortcut. We'll go to edit mode and I'm going to grab one vertices of this sphere. If you grab it like this, it will have this sort of effect. Only that particular vertices will go away. But there's an option called as proportional editing. There are many options here, but we're going to just select the first one. And if we grab it, nothing is happening right now because we haven't on it. So we have to click it. It will have this circle, and within that circle, everything will be manipulated. It will have the effect within the circle. So if I grab the particular vertices, you can see within the circle all the vertices and the whole mesh is getting affected. You can increase and decrease the circle by scrolling the mouse wheel up and down. So let me do it here. So as you can see within the circle the entire area has been affected. If I lower down the circle, that much of the area will be affected. So this is very much important and very much used in many cases, especially in sculpting and stones and irregular objects. I have a curve here and I'm gonna add a text here. Let me bring it closer to the curve. So if you come down here, near you will see this green color A. If you click, you will come down and you will see text on curve. You just have to click the eyedropper and select the curve. So now whatever in the edit mode, if you type anything, the text will follow the curve, whatever your curve is. So this is the method to follow the text on a curve, or if you want to project text on a curve. So basically select the text, go to text to curve, select the eyedropper and click the circle, and you can follow the curve like this. You have to convert this text into mesh if you want to do more editing. So go to object, then come here, convert and mesh. So now it's a mesh. Now you have freedom to edit the text. I have this column here at the side. Now I'm going to add a circle, but I'm going to decrease the vertices of the circle. So as you can see it, there are 10 vertices. So now select the column and then select the circle and press Ctrl P to parent it. We are going to parent it to the vertices now. So now if you come to the transform option here you can find instances, and instances you click the vertices. So for every vertices we'll have the column because we have parented it. So if we move or rotate or if we change anything to the circle, the columns will also follow, as you can see it here. So every vertices will have one column, and we can increase and decrease and manipulate by just changing the circle. In this example, we'll see the different options of proportional editing. So we'll just grab one vertex and we'll pull it upwards so that you can actually visualize and you can actually see the effects of proportional editing. I have subdivided this plane, and in the proportional editing I am using the random option. So I'm going to show you with random option. If you do the operation with vertices, it will have a different effect, and with edges and planes will have a different effect. So all we'll be doing is just we'll grab one edge, one vertices and one plane, and we'll try to move it upwards. So as you can see in the edge option, we are having this sort of effect. If we go to object mode, you'll see the edges are at the top. If we select the plane, we'll have the plane at the top, and it will have a different effect from the vertices and edge. Let's select this plane and subdivide it into 5 times, and you select everything, go to face and select poke face. Again go to face and this time click on tries to quad. So you can see all the tri faces will go away and we'll have polygons. Let's add a modifier, wireframe modifier. We'll increase the thickness little bit and we'll just adjust the thickness, and we're going to hit apply. Again we are going to add a modifier called as bevel modifier, and as you can see, the moment we hit bevel modifier, you will have this sort of effect. It is looking more like a grill option, a grill window shot sort of thing. You can increase or decrease the segments of the bevel to match your requirement. This is a small example of how you can bevel any loop cut. So let's give a loop cut, and if you select this, you can do Ctrl P and you can bevel it, and then you can extrude along the normals, so you can have such effects. Let's say the bottom part of this glass is selected and you want to select the other part, so just simply press Ctrl I. So the entire other portion of this mesh will be selected. so the upper part of the glass will be selected. If you want to select the bottom part again, then just press Ctrl I. So Ctrl I is basically inverse selection. Let's say I want to do Shift D to this particular monkey, and if I press Shift R, it can basically replicate. Shift R, I have to click multiple times. Now it is true for any command, any last command that you do. So let's say in this case, if I move it here, Shift D, then I just have to press. Let's say if I do scale, let's try something else, and with every Shift R it is going to increase it. Let's try rotation this time now. So if I grab this monkey and if I try to rotate it little bit, and now let's put Shift R, Shift R, Shift R. With every Shift R it is going to rotate at 45 degree. So you can use Shift R to repeat the last command. So if you want to duplicate any object, you can do Shift D, but if you want to edit that object, you cannot edit all at once. As you can see, I have to individually edit both of them. But if you do Alt D is basically link to duplicate. So even if you have 100 objects, let's say if you have many objects, even if you do the editing to the first object, all the remaining objects will follow. It's not which is better, Shift D or Alt D, it's just that you have to decide into that particular situation which one is more useful. Let's go to edit mode, select one plane, the top plane, and press Ctrl plus. If you do Ctrl plus, you can increase the selection. With Ctrl minus, you can decrease the selection. If you press C, you will have circle selection. So you can actually draw over the object to select anything. Middle mouse button to delete anything. You can scroll the middle mouse wheel to increase or decrease the selection. Just click and drag for box selection, or if you can press B for box selection. And the last option is lasso select. Go to add a curve, add a circle actually. Rotate 90 degree in Y axis. Let's move it little bit in the Y axis after scaling it down somewhere here. Press Ctrl A and click on the location. Now let's apply the modifier. So we're going to apply screw modifier. Change the axis to X axis. So it will look like this. In order to make it smooth, you change the step you put to 64. So it is more smooth now. Let's increase the screw length to 3.5 meter, and now we can change the iteration to copy this. So if we change the iteration to 5, it will have this value. If we do 15, we will have a longer spring. But remember, this is a curve, so if you try to apply it, it is not going to act as a mesh. So what we have to do is we have to go to object mode. See, even if I am trying to apply it, it's not happening. So press right click, convert, and convert it to mesh. Now we can move it and we can do all the operation that we want to. But this is how we can easily create a spring. Let's see how to do a slow rotation effect. Press N, go to Z. In the Z, just type hash frame. Hash frame, if you type and press enter and press spacebar, it will rotate very fast. So what you can do is you can divide that frame by 40, let's say 440. If you do that, the speed will come down. And now if you press play spacebar, so this is the effect you will get, a very slow rotation of your model whatever you have made. You can do the same thing with Y axis and X axis as well. I have this irregular shaped object. Now what we are trying to do is we are trying to symmetricize. So press F2, go to edit mode, press F2 and type symmetricize. So once you click that, you'll see in the X direction it has copied itself. It is not similar to the mirror option. Now there are many options available, like in X axis, in Z axis. The entire object will duplicate itself in both the axes. So basically it does what it says, it symmetrizes the entire thing. like this, as you can see, and you can change the axes from operator panel just like this. So we have many options, plus x to minus x, plus y to minus y, plus z to minus z, like that. To make the shortest path between two planes, select the first plane and hold and control the last plane. So first plane and hold control and then the last plane. You will see here, if you click on the face stepping, you will see this steps only being selected. Now you can edit them, extrude them, insert them, edit them. You can do whatever you want. So if you want to select planes like this, you just have to hold control and click on the planes. Now there is an issue during bevel. We don't have uniform beveling like this. So if I do the beveling, you'll see one of the edges is not uniform and other one is very small, other one is big. So what to do? If you see, the problem is in the transform, you'll see x, y, z. This y value is 2.2. So in order to make it 1, you have to click on Control A. You just press Control A and then select scale. So Control A and scale. Now if we go and check in the transform, press N and check in the transform, you'll see XY value is 111. Let's go to edit mode and do the beveling with Control B. Now if you can see, we have uniform beveling in all the axes X, Y and Z. Scaling along normals in cylindrical objects like this pipe can be done with Alt plus S. If you do Alt plus S, you can have this sort of effect. If you want to scale normally, then it will scale entirely. But if you want to do like along the normals, then you should always press Alt plus S in edit mode. Let's see how to make rough surface. So I have this plane here. We'll go to edit mode. We'll do subdivide. Let's subdivide it into 50 times. So I'll just put it 50 here, so it is divided into 50 times. If you come down, you can see fractal. This value you can put it 0.2, let's say. So you'll see this rough surface already emerging out, right? Basically it's like random roughness. You can also adjust it according to the normals. So if you do it along the normals, you will see this effect. And you can also increase or decrease the randomness of all the roughness. Now come back to object mode, do right click and shade smooth. So if you do this, you'll have some sort of rough rocky type of area like this. Love this one. So click on the add a Bezier curve, go to edit mode and delete it. Now here will be option to draw. So right now what we are going to do it in the x-axis. I'll just click the x-axis. This is the y-axis right now. Wait, let me turn it into x-axis. So in the x-axis we are going to draw something, okay, just the outline of a glass. So randomly I'm drawing the outline. Don't worry if your drawing is not that good, we can adjust it. See, if we go to edit mode, we can grab those vertices and we can move around and we can adjust it. And you don't have to be very perfect because the final result will be taken care of. So once you're happy, once you make the adjustment, it will be much more easy. Go back to object mode and apply the modifier, screw modifier, and look at that, we have a glass. So by default shade smooth is on. If we turn it off, let me show you how it will look. It will look like this. So let it on. To give more smoothness, you can increase the step viewport to, let's say, 64, and now you can see it is much more smoother. So I know there is a hole in between, there was a fault from the drawing end, that we can adjust afterwards. There is one more example. I have drawn something very randomly and I have applied this screw modifier, and you can look at this. Now the opportunities are endless. We can draw anything depending upon our imagination and we can create something like this. In the edit option we have few more options, but let's first subdivide this cube few times. So now if you come down, there is a smooth option. If you grab this handle and if you pull it, you will have smooth option. In the smooth also we have few more options, like for x-axis, for y-axis and z-axis, but you can change the repetition. So let's see, for z-axis it will have this sort of effect, for y and x we have this sort of effect. If you click and hold the smooth option, you will have randomize option, which will basically give randomness to your product. So it's simple though, just it will just give randomness. Then we have edge slide. So this we can slide the edge within a particular boundary, left, right, and up and down. Not much used, but yeah, we have this option. If you come down, we'll have push and pull. So push and pull basically will let you increase the area of a particular plane. That's all. Again, we can do that by dissolving any edge, but we have this option here at edit mode. In this particular case, let's go to edit mode and select the vertices. Now if you want to select the alternate vertices, you don't need to go one by one. There is a better option. Just select two and just press shift control plus 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 plus. So it will select automatically, it will select the alternative, and if you go to shift control minus, it will deselect everything. It is true for planes also or edges also. You can use this method, shift control plus 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 or shift control minus. In this case I have skipped two planes, but still this command will work, shift control plus and shift control minus. Let's go to edit mode. Now in the selection of planes, if you want to select horizontally, you just have to click the vertical line of this plane. So vertical line, if you want to select the vertical plane, select the horizontal line, so it will select vertically. So you just need a little bit of understanding. If you want to do horizontally, select the vertical line, vertical edge, and if you want to do vertically, you can select the horizontal edge of this particular plane.